north and west coast of the last is shut up. Shut up. Don't be laughing at us. Who's laughing now? We may never lose again. Yes!
I have literally no idea where Dan is, but I've had Aretha Franklin playing.
What you want? Baby, I got.
Sorry about
What
that,
you
everybody.
need?
We're just too
You know
busy
I
winning
got
the
it.
game of football.
All I'm
Yeah,
asking
look at you.
is
Still our song.
for
We're back.
just a little
We're back.
baby,
Like we never left. Oh, it feels so good to
Mr.
be back in town.
Jeez.
Oh, light the cigar up. Yep. That tastes like success.
It's just thinking you went for the cigarello, not.
That tastes like a success. It feels good to be back. Oh, boy, what a weekend it's been. I mean, we're back at the top of the game. Things could not be any better on this side of the fence. What about your side of the fence? Yuck, loss again. Get away from me. I don't want to be associated with whatever you guys are doing over there. Any team who lost this week, disconnect from me because all I want to see is winners. Okay, let it out. Shit, that fuck.
Do you want to put it in that?
Yeah. God, that's horrible. Oh God.
Worth it though.
Oh, it's 6 in here now. Worth it. So, you can't tell. This guy's happy. What a weekend. What a weekend of football. Just to everyone who saw their team win, even if you saw your team lose, what a great round of football. I had a great time. What about you?
Your energy is completely different. I almost don't recognise you
Contagious.
genuinely.
Are you catching this energy or not?
I'm getting there.
Yeah, you should. I mean, you should after what you're saying. Weekend. I'll be associated with that. But I had a great weekend. Yesterday was probably the best day of my life. Getting married obviously is up there, having Poppy for sure, but beating the Cats by 3 goals would be top 3 best days of my life.
I know how it feels. It's pretty good.
You do.
Yeah.
Cats are an easy team to beat,
Yeah.
aren't they?
So I wouldn't get too excited.
No, now that you mentioned that, you
Yeah.
beat this. Yeah, so I don't know what to take of it now. Because it's very easy. It's not for everyone, but...
It's not for everyone, but it's certainly for us too.
Well, we had a great weekend. Something almost ruined it for me personally before when I did buy that cigar down the road.
Yeah.
Ducked in the Coles because we need some toilet paper in the office.
Sure.
Not sure if this is play on your list, but I think one thing that I've seen a couple times now, which is starting to rub me the wrong way, it doesn't take much for things to rub me the wrong way, like little things like this.
Yep.
If you're doing your food shop and then you decide that, oh, you know what, I'm going to have a snack, and that snack's going to be some grapes out of some bag of grapes, go to jail. I hate that. If you want to eat them while you walk around, maybe that's okay, but you can't walk up to the grapes section in the supermarket and say, oh, I'm going to take a stem of grapes and walk around like they're free grapes.
Oh, I see. So it wasn't in the pre-prepared bag.
No, I saw some monster putting her hand in a bag of grapes, rip out a stem, and then proceed to just shop without any grapes.
That
except the ones
is
in their
wild.
hands. That's horrible.
And
It's
for-
almost worse than dogs out.
Yeah, and for the next person who then goes and buys that bunch,
Yeah. Had a fistful of hand in there, and you're missing a
Yeah.
stem of grapes. That's illegal.
and I like that.
Not at all.
I think you're right though. If you've got your trolley and you are buying a full bunch, it's probably all right just to take a couple of your own in that sense.
It almost ruined what happened yesterday for me.
Really?
It
Was that
it was that
bad?
bad. And not just one stem, like hand in, then ate it standing at the grape section, and then went, you know what? Still want some more grapes. Went to
Yeah.
a different bag.
Yeah.
Criminal.
I've seen a few people just like crack open a can of Coke
Nah, see, nah.
and keep it. It's such a weird thing. Then when you get to the till and you scan an empty bottle.
Yeah. Don't, like, you can wait 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Anyone who's opening anything in the supermarket because you're just hungry, like, I get there's a lot of food around, but, like, that's illegal. You can't do that.
No.
Let's see less of that, please. So I obviously had a great weekend. How was your weekend?
Mixed bag.
Old man media's come after you.
Yeah.
You and the media have some kind of weird relationship. Why are they coming after you so much?
I don't know. I really don't know because, you know, I sit here on this show and I'm very much like, I don't feel like I say anything really. You know,
No.
that's insensitive.
No, you just
I
have
don't come for them at all.
No, well, if you missed this, which we actually did miss at the time, you definitely missed it because you were on the ground just doing your job.
Yep.
How did you go at that job, firstly?
I thought I nailed it. I thought that,
Okay.
it was we talked about it during the week. It was an interesting game in which, you've got to toe that line of, yes, we're doing the Red Rooster crunch time. Yes, we've got an arts and crafts table that we need to talk about. We're doing all that, but then we're also doing something quite serious.
We're being serious at the start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think, that was a new thing for me, and I felt like I nailed it. I was standing there. I said catapult correctly.
Great.
So that was good. I got to stand there in between the two teams lining up. That was a whole thing. But
but by all reports, you were very good.
Yeah.
Now, we know that Chris Scott has turned your volume down.
yes, he
There was
firmly requested that.
some reports that you were a bit quiet, but that's not your fault.
Not on me.
Because Chris Scott said to Marvel, hey, this guy's too loud. The music's too loud. Red Rooster, kick to kick, whatever's happening out there, it's
Yeah,
way too
they're
loud. I
having
can't
way
concentrate.
too much fun.
So he's turned you down, put you on a volume ban.
Yep.
But by all reports, you were very good. And then we sit there and we get a few messages trickle through as you're just going to work.
Yeah.
I get a few DMs saying, hey, you won't believe this. BT from nowhere has just taken a swipe at Ollie. So listen to this.
To make it a 23-0 start to this game. Eric Hipwood. Oh, no. He got a bit of slice on it. Thumped it into the post. 2-6-18. Saints haven't scored.
Needs a bit of tidying up with the hair, Kai Loman. Like that MC the St Kilda had out there doing the observance ceremony. You reckon he could tuck his shirt and do up a button or two?
Come on.
Please. Far too relaxed for such an important occasion.
Interesting haircut out of Lake Windaree in Ballarat.
Wow. So out of nowhere, decided to just sideswipe you. We're talking almost halfway through the first quarter. Sat on it and said, actually, the MC pissed me off. Wow.
Couple things.
Here we go.
Okay, firstly,
This is your second second attack from the media.
this one hurts more than the Chad Corns thing because I used to be a boundary commentator for Triple M.
Colleagues.
Like, I'm part of the alumni.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't do it with BT, but I did a fair amount of games. That hurts.
Look at the way they treat their own.
They then said, what did he say there? The St Kilda MC today.
Yep.
That hurts. I'm there every game.
Yep.
It's not just a once-off.
We know you're there every game. And away games.
And away games, exactly. Now, this is where I'm confused. I had my hair up.
Yeah, I thought it looked pretty good.
I had my hair up there. That's not what I'm supposed to shave my hair off for the occasion.
It was respectful, your hair.
Yeah, I totally understand if I had it out and I had pigtails or something
Yeah.
and I was taking the piss.
Or blue hair.
Well, yeah, totally. Didn't do that. Had
No.
it up. Next thing, untucked shirt. I had a fucking media polo on,
Yep.
Dan. Who tucks that in?
Unless you're assistant coach.
What sort of a freak walks around with a tucked-in polo shirt?
Wow.
So there's that. Buttons up done. A media polo has 2 buttons.
Yeah, he didn't like your appearance, mate. I mean, BT's got some nerve coming for us. Did you not see what happened to Kane?
Yeah.
Yeah, you picked the wrong guys.
Avengers Assemble
You
kind
picked
of
the
vibe.
wrong guys.
Yeah.
Triple M, if you want the war, we will rain hell at your offices.
This is their,
Someone called me fat once, and we almost ruined their life.
yeah.
So you want to talk to our host, our MC
Yep.
that way?
Well,
Do not fuck with us. Sorry, is that too strong?
you know what? Let's not, yeah. They can't fuck with us, Dan. I've had enough of him.
Yeah.
And he rolls into that studio with a shit T-shirt on and...
Because he's just not talking to you. He's talking to the whole community of DDF, for people
Yep.
who just love maybe we do enjoy an unbuttoned T-shirt or an untucked one. Maybe we do like our hair. How dare you
Yeah.
come for us like that?
So sorry I don't have a moustache and a balding, little
Yeah.
side trim. Like,
Yeah.
sorry I've got a full head of hair.
Yeah, there's a reason we switched from Channel 7 to Fox Footy, because you're talking shit.
Yeah, correct. It was on Triple M, so that's,
Well, still,
regardless.
back
But
to
yeah,
but I'm just angry, okay?
yeah, I'm just totally angry.
Yeah.
I don't know
Okay.
where we go from here.
I say we...
Metaphorically,
I will do
think.
time in jail.
Really? Thank you.
I will... Psychotic? No, I'll ride for you here.
Thank you, mate.
I'm sick of people in the media coming after our very own.
It's very much the on-air equivalent of, do you remember last gather round when we were walking over the bridge?
Yep.
And you kept going, where's Ollie? You were worried about me. You're my big brother in this
Concerned.
scenario. You got to, you're holding my hand through this thing and they're coming for me
Just
left,
a
right and
side
centre.
swipe. Just a side. So consider this a warning, Triple M.
Yep. It is a real warning.
This is your first and final warning.
Yep.
Now, I don't know if that'll get cut out. Maybe you can beep it out. That's where we're at here.
That is where we're at. I've had enough.
Yeah.
He can't even string a sentence together, that bloke, and he's come at me. Oh, it's such a
that's
special
strong.
occasion.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
am I incorrect?
No, well, hey. I'm just here. I'm here with a jerry can full of petrol. That's all I've got. That's all I got for you. So that's where we're at. So other than that, other than getting sideswiped, how was your weekend?
Oh,
Saints performed pretty well.
got a bit of anxiety because I had too many people at the office.
Yeah, there's that. Yeah. Corey Worthington was here in the office on Friday. The Saints were good?
No,
Nah, you're off of money. We'll get into them.
no,
We'll get
I
into
wasn't
them.
often, but it was, it was a good crowd. It's like, the last time we were there, like the vibes were really high, and the vibes weren't
Nah, vibes are
as
off.
high. So that was a bit crap.
Yeah. That's okay,
Then I forgot my media accreditation, so I was late to the
though.
rehearsal.
That happens.
Which went,
Sideswiped.
Yep, and then I had a guest pass, which meant I had to go at a different exit, and the different exit was where the Brisbane change rooms were.
great.
So I had to watch them all come in and like. So yeah, it was a bit
Up and down weekend.
It hurt.
Yeah, that's okay.
Had a chat with AB, the Prez.
Oh, yeah. How was he?
Yeah, the honest truth was shared.
Yeah, okay.
It was just good to have me being next to him, not Eric Banner. But other than that,
True. I'll see you back.
yeah,
Yeah.
we've made up. But
Okay.
whatever.
That's good.
We're
though.
on a home streak now, so we've got
That's good.
Freo Friday night. Then we've got
You
Spuds
guys playing
game.
Friday night this week?
Yeah, against Freo.
God, it's going to give me a headache. Why did they decide to do it? I know it's Spud's game, isn't it?
That's the week after.
Oh, so you're just getting a Friday night game. Fuck
We're
me.
getting 2 Friday nights.
Oh, God. Why? Everyone Friday night just... Honestly, this Friday coming up, you may as well just get 2 forks and just... Not even chopsticks now. Just get 2... Actually, borrow the pitchforks to take a Triple M and just lodge them
Once we've used those.
on both sides of your head, and just... That might be better than watching the Saints playing Friday night football.
Oh, I disagree, but whatever.
All right, well, let's talk about Paul Curtis because he had a rough weekend as well. 3-week ban, which they're now challenging. This whole system that they're using here at the AFL doesn't make any sense to me.
Nope.
I don't get it. I don't get why, like... So, essentially what I think is Michael Christensen just has a chart on his wall and says, oh, yeah, I'm going to go through this flow chart, this template that I created, and it's going to spit out whatever the result is, and that's it, without even really looking at the scenario or how this has happened. It just has to change. Also, why is one guy making the decision? What? So he doesn't even talk to anyone. He looks at himself, thinks internally to himself, and goes, 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's the Wheel of Fortune.
It is a wheel.
Yeah.
Man's got a huge wheel, spin it, and see where it lands.
Yodelady, stop.
Yeah.
3 weeks.
I think I know what that is. That Price is Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you
Different
are.
show, but
Same
same
thing, though.
concept.
Same kind of thing.
Yep.
It's just a game to try and figure out what is going to be the suspension. 3 weeks just absolutely makes no sense to me. We now know, and we have for the start of the season, that a concussion will give you 3 weeks regardless. So I don't know what they want Paul Curtis to do in the situation. From behind, tackled him, fell on his back for sure. So is it a free kick or spin the wheel and it's 3 weeks? And we spun the wheel and it's landed on 3 weeks. I don't get it. I have no idea. Like I just don't get how this system works. It needs a full revamp. I think everyone's over it now. We need a panel of people together to talk about it collectively, like a jury in court, to be like,
Yep.
oh, I think it's 3 weeks. I think it's 0 weeks. Instead of Michael Christian sitting there with his little chart on his wall going, hi, careless, whatever it is, 3 weeks.
Do they not have a panel?
No, they changed it. So it's just Michael.
So it's literally just Michael.
It's
I
just
kind of
Michael.
assumed you were taking the piss there a little bit.
No, it's just Michael. And now when clubs go to appeal, the whole system is set up for the AFL to succeed and now make money. So if you're a club like North Melbourne who are going to take this to the tribunal and appeal it and say that's not right, it shouldn't be 3 weeks. Dangerfield got off last year doing the same tackle. They're going to take that, and when they ultimately probably they're going to fail. If you fail any hearing going to the AFL, you get a 10K fine. So the AFL get a free $10,000 for you being like, I don't agree with this decision. Who cleared that?
Michael.
So Michael's making
What
money
is-
and making his own charts. I just don't get how Paul Curtis gets 3 weeks here.
No.
Noah Bolter sold someone, got 4 weeks.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. No, they have to do a full, like at the end of the season, do a full revamp. Hopefully they see and can hear us saying this system doesn't work very much. We have to create a whole new system, maybe get more than one guy on board, and then we can spit out a result that is fair to the player.
I think the Noah Bolter thing is such a hilarious thing going forward to be able to use that as a comparison, because there is no way
Literally.
that what Paul Curtis did is 1 week less worse than what he did.
Bolter beat the piss out of someone for a slice of pizza and pled guilty to assault and got 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Paul Curtis just tackled a guy to the ground from behind and got 3 weeks. So essentially we're saying, hey, this is almost him pleading like not guilty to assault.
Yeah.
Boulder pleaded guilty, give him 4 weeks. This is not guilty to assault. Makes no sense. No sense. I know we've spoken about this a lot, but Jamara's career at the Dogs, it seems over, I think. Luke Beveridge spoke pretty open. I love when coaches just speak honestly about shit.
Yeah.
No smoke and mirrors, just like, you know what, this is a situation, I'm going to let it all out. He let it all out. He was asked if Jamar wants to keep playing AFL and said, I don't know, that is the serious answer. He will tell you he does, but the actions don't back the words up. Oof. It is going to take a lot of time to build trust again with everyone. The thing about compliance and punctuality and being in a program, you have to be there. Oh,
punctuality.
You can't choose which days you don't come.
Yep.
And that has probably been in his existence over the years until recently when he has been away from the club. Wow. That's strong. Strong
That's
words.
very
from Bevo.
honest.
Hey, don't come for us, guys. Don't shoot the messenger.
No.
You know? That's Bevo's words. Like, that is strong about one of his own players. So essentially, they've just fully given up on him.
You can't choose which days you don't come.
So he's fully on his own program saying, oh, I think I'll come in for this day. I won't come in. Because I don't know how that works, how you try and get player back on board. He's clearly not going to play this year.
No.
Like, he's doing a lot of, and we always want the best for the players, no matter what they're going through, to an extent what they've done. But he seems like he's doing a lot of stuff. Like on socials, he's doing a lot of posting early morning programmings of boxing, like 4 a.m. posts.
Yeah.
Being like, hey guys, I'm still here working. So he's doing everything but going into the footy club.
Yeah, well, there's a problem there because there's not a lot of Western Bulldogs like kept there, is there? You
No.
have box, you do that.
Literally, yeah. That's like me posting I am at Derrim at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like, okay.
okay, great. Thanks so
Doesn't
much.
mean you're on the list.
It's like him, like, you know, I think maybe we've said it before, like when you break up with your ex and you're posting stuff on stories to let them know what's going on.
Mate, you're very busy.
Yeah, it's
I've
like,
got a great
oh,
life.
God,
Yeah.
yeah, everything's sweet here. I'm actually working really hard on myself.
Going so well.
Literally. So I don't know. I think he won't play there again. And now everyone's in up in arms because the Doggies forked out so much to get him as number 1 pick. And now, like, okay, he's just screwing him over a little bit. He's doing a lot. He also commented on Nick Dacos' Instagram post after Anzac Day.
Brilliant.
Commenting, I love you. And then we did a post, well, I did. When I say we, like, it's just me on socials.
It's always you.
When I did a post saying, hey, this guy said I love you on Nick Dacos' Instagram, he commented that saying, how does this affect LeBron's legacy? I think Jamar's gone crazy. I don't know what that means, really. So I'm scared of him either way.
So he's starting to get loud on DDF.
Loud on socials and DDF as well.
Wow.
So
So they know each other, like, at all? Like, I'll let him off there. I just don't know if they're, like, mates at all.
To say,
or
like,
if
you
they're-
love someone on, like, a big... But knowing the eyeballs are going to be on it,
Yeah.
that's a big statement. To say, I love you to someone.
in love.
Like in love. Yeah, I'm in love with you. Like, so now he wants to, if he goes to the Pies, I will fucking lose it.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way that he's allowed to go there. Because you know, like, if he goes anywhere from the Dogs, Geelong is the club that always does it, Rehab Centre.
Mm-hmm.
Going to be amazing. All Australian. If he goes to Collingwood, he's going to play in a great team, just get great delivery, and then he's going to kick like 60 goals.
Mm-hmm.
That's unfair. I don't like that at all. So, moving on. Geez, this is a bad boy. This is an episode of Bad Boys.
Bad
here.
Boy Hour.
Bad Boy app. Taryn Thomas. He was held hostage over a car deal. That was on my bingo card for the year. So when this story came through, I was like, okay, this makes no sense. Or maybe it does make sense. I'm not sure. A car deal gone wrong, they're saying. Apparently he was selling his girlfriend's car in Ballarat. Met with a group of men at 9 p.m. in a pub in Ballarat on a Saturday. So I've sold a few cars in my time.
Okay, talk me through how you would normally go about
You
it.
just whack it up on like a car sales. I think I've gone through Gumtree before.
Yep.
And you say, you know what, guys, I've got a car here. If you want to come see it, that's for sure. I'll definitely be taking a test drive with you.
Yep.
Because you'll drive off on me.
Totally.
And if you like it, we'll do the papers. We'll get it all exchanged. Your name can be in the owner's registration. And then pay me the cash. We're out of here.
And that's normally, what would you say, anywhere between 10 a.m. to 3 p.m.?
I think so.
maybe?
Yeah, 3 p.m. is probably latest. I've never done one at 9 p.m. in a pub.
Not twilight.
At all.
Beyond.
Or had someone say, hey, at 9 p.m. in this pub in Ballarat, love the car.
Yep.
Would love to talk about this further in an off-site location.
Yeah, exactly.
Car deal here is doing a lot of heavy lifting. Car deal. Okay, yeah, that's not a car deal. Who's selling a car at 9 p.m. in Ballarat, Darren? That's your first mistake. So that is just wild. Taryn Thomas is, I don't know what's going on with him or what he's doing, but the fact that this happened to him, like, maybe it now does make sense. that happened to him.
Yeah.
So
There's something going on there.
something going on. So we don't know if the car got sold, but apparently they put a gun on him and said, "Hey, like you're not going anywhere." Him and his mate, and they got away, and then they don't know if they asked for cash in the car, and then the news report said that Taron has now dropped the reports of it being a car deal gone wrong, and he's deleted his socials.
Also, when you have sold cars, have you brought your mate along to sell your car?
No. I think I brought my dad along once.
Yep.
Especially when I try and bought a car before. Dad used to be a mechanic, so you
Yeah.
might bring someone in the mechanic world.
But you haven't gone like you and Joey.
No.
Like out, you know.
No. I've never needed a mate to.
No, it's weird.
No. And like now I think about it, my last car I bought, I went to the dealership, and the dealership never said, "Hey, we could do this here, or we could do this in like Ballarat
Yeah.
at 10 p.m. somewhere, like it's really dark."
Yeah. And you go, that's old for
Yeah,
Brighton
that's
City
really weird.
Motors.
That's really weird. So that's where Taron's at.
Electric.
Electric calling.
Do you want to answer?
Yeah.
He's on this.
Yeah, call him.
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
He called you.
Ashy calling us, so he hasn't come to work this morning. Let's just see where he is. Hey, mate, what's happening?
Not much. Just getting the banner done.
Nice. We're just recording the pod.
Are you in the episode now?
Yeah, brother. Anything you want to say to the fans out there?
Well, I'm not watching the 2021 season anymore.
That's
for
a
sure.
win. That's a win, man. That's a win. So, that's good. So the banner's getting done.
Yep, banner's getting done. I'm feeling bad for Ollie at the moment.
Yeah.
Saints are sort of looking back to normal.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like bad normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see the BT thing?
No, what was that? I tried to
Oh,
find out.
yeah. No, we just played it. It's pretty bad. BT had a go at him.
What'd he say?
He said pretty much like his long-haired Yahoo should tuck his shirt in.
So is BT still commentating? Because I don't listen to Channel 7.
Mate, I said BT's had a swipe at the whole DDF community. I said, listen, I don't want to take jerry cans of Triple M and burn it down, but it's getting to that territory if they keep coming for us.
I'm fucking sick of BT.
Yeah, okay.
Well
okay,
said, Ash.
well said. Okay, so we're just going to finish the pod, man. Maybe we'll chat a bit later when we're not on air.
Easy, mate.
Cool, man.
Good.
Ciao. Okay, good. So he's working. That's
So
great.
he's working.
That's great. Want to go now to the NFL here.
Oh, please do.
How do you say his first name?
Shador.
Shador Sanders, big NFL, like this is actually a massive story if
Yep.
you look at it and unpack it. So Shador Sanders was projected to be a first round pick.
Certainly no higher than slipping out of the top 20, but potentially with the people that needed a quarterback, it was a top 5
Yeah.
situation.
And he was like, I think he was a second ranked quarterback in the whole draft
Yep.
pool. And there was 6 quarterbacks that got taken before him here. So he's projected to go first round. He had this massive party. Like I don't know, I think he's got an ego. We can say that.
I think
You guys decide if this guy has an ego. So he bought a marquee, and in the marquee he had like his, I don't know if it's brand or his like tagline that's Be Legendary.
Yeah.
He had this Be Legendary tagline in its marquee. He had all 32 teams' hats in
Yep.
like a big locker where if the team selected him, he was going to obviously take the hat for a log. It was live streaming the whole
Yeah,
thing.
we had a documentary crew there.
Documentary, vlogging it. Day 1 goes past, no one takes him. Everyone's like, that's weird. Like maybe day 2, second round, people start to take him. Second round is rounds 2 and 3 in the draft.
Yep.
Gets to day 2, he's like, you know what? Yesterday was. I'm ready for today. Go through the second day, rounds 2 and 3, still doesn't get picked up. It was like, what is going on here? The marquee is still pumping. He's still got people in there, the hats, the legendary. He bought $200,000 worth of jewelry as well. Then he gets to like day 4 in the end?
Round 5.
Round 5. A guy who was supposed to be a first round pick goes pick 144 to the Browns. Unbelievable scene. So I dug around. I don't know what you heard, Ollie, but apparently like his pre-draft interview was just horrible. And his dad got involved.
Yeah, his dad got involved. Deion Sanders is a bit like a bit of a legend, and he was saying openly in interviews, he said, I've told Shador which teams he can't play for. So you're like, this is odd. But for context for him as a player, so this doesn't mean much, but like already, like he's a 21-year-old and he's already got to his name a Golden Arm Award, Deacon Jones Trophy, Jerry Rice Award, Second Team All-American, Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year, Freshman of the Year, First Team All Big 12, First Team All SWAC, Second Team All SWAC. Colorado Buffaloes number 2 has been retired, so the number. So
He played one season there.
This is a good player though.
So he's good. So it's like the AFL's equivalent of being a top, 10 pick and going pick 70.
I reckon even less. This is like I don't know the order, but this is a top 3 that we know,
Yeah.
but we just don't know what order.
Wow.
And he slipped out to pretty much being a
Seventh round.
mid-season
That
draft.
like that, the big comparison. Wow. So it's absolutely, and then like on top of this, so like there was so much coverage on it. If you missed this somehow, like I don't know how you missed it, but there was so much coverage on this that now it was like, okay, this guy's live streaming. He hasn't gone first round, hasn't gone pick round 2 or 3, and now he's sliding out this far. And people are getting into him, being like, what's happening here? What's he done? And then he had a number that he gave every team's owner.
Yep.
Saying, hey, like, don't use my personal phone. I'd rather you call this separate phone because I don't want to be distracted. When that phone goes off, I'll be like, oh, I'm getting picked up by someone. So somehow someone got this number.
Yep.
From Shadir's team and then prank called him. And it's just like, it's actually really sad. This is what they said.
GM of the Saints.
How you doing?
Good, how are you, man?
Good, been waiting on you.
Yeah, we have. It's been a long wait, man.
No, for sure.
We're going to take you with our next pick right here, man.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Let's be legendary.
Tag one.
But you're going to have to wait a little bit longer, man.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Ready to go. What does that mean? I don't know what that was.
Man, he just got trolled, bro. They tripping now, fam. Now I'm getting crashed out, bro.
Nobody got that number but coaches, strictly for that reason.
Whoa.
So came from a son. His dad works at the Falcons.
Oh my God.
And he saw it on like his dad's iPad and got the number.
So that guy is just like getting fired.
Well, I don't know. I don't think so. Like the kid has come out with a pretty like insane apology, and he's like, "I feel so bad."
Did he do a video on it?
No, just like I can read it out for you.
Yeah.
It was pretty nice.
At least it was nice.
Prank.
Imagine that. Thinking to go, you're sliding, they get a phone call and being, oh, that's a prank. Like nothing could. That's the worst draft day ever.
Yeah. So on Friday night, I made a tremendous mistake. Shador, what I did was completely inexcusable, embarrassing, and shameful. I'm so sorry I took away from your moment. It was selfish and childish. I could never imagine getting ready to celebrate one of the greatest moments of your life, and I made a terrible mistake and messed with that moment. Thank you for accepting my call earlier today. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me. And I believe also the Falcons made a statement.
Oh,
so
really?
it said earlier in the week, Jax Ulbrich, the 21-year-old son of defensive coordinator Jeff, unintentionally came across the draft contact phone number for Shador Sanders off an open iPad while visiting his parents' home and wrote the number down to later conduct the prank. Jeff was unaware of the data exposure or any facets of the prank and was made aware of the above after the fact.
What an
Pretty
asshole.
imagine that's in the table.
What an asshole. That's I don't like that. That's bad. But also, like, just in all that, like, Shadir's had the worst draft experience of all time. I had gastro. I thought that was bad. I didn't go through any of that.
You had gastro on draft night?
Oh, mate, I had some bad. I don't know if it was gastro or food poisoning, but I went to, I don't want to say the restaurant, but it was a little Asian restaurant down on Gold Coast Highway, opposite the convention centre.
Was that where the draft was that year? Gold Coast?
Yep.
Yeah,
Convention
right.
centre.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay.
And the next morning I woke up and it's just everything was going through me. Just then we get to pre-draft and I was just on the toilet for flat out before the draft.
Oh, that is bad.
Bad. So that was bad. Not as bad as this. So hopefully it goes all right. We'll play at the Browns.
Yeah, but they've got a locker room of like 5 quarterbacks.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson's still there.
Technically, he won't play because I think he did his Achilles.
Yeah.
But then they also picked a quarterback in front of Shador.
Wasn't he the guy that getting massages? Like loves a
Correct.
naked massage?
Yeah.
Robin Tugg. Huge by him. Actually not huge at all. Bad. I mean his thing okay. His thing would be huge, was. Anyway, hey, the umpiring was horrible again this round. Can we say that? Like, is it now getting a play? We had 2 weeks in a row of really bad umpiring.
Well, it's the one thing I feel confident that you could probably just save on this running order and
bad.
know that we're going to talk about it again.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right now. When you hear the episode, I think we can just safely assume that the umpiring has been horrible. I don't think we'll really ever come in here and say the umpiring was really good.
Nah.
Everyone now feels like the umpires are like jinxing their team or costing their team goals in crucial moments. So across the board, once again, second week in a row, it was really bad. We got some inside intel from an anonymous umpire who goes, hey, we hear ya, we feel ya, I think we know what's going on here. This is how we feel. So he says this. I'm I'm an AFL boundary ump. I absolutely agree that umpiring is the worst it's ever been. The way AFL is treating umpiring is like they are second-class citizens. The field umpires don't train together. They cannot find a home base for umpiring in Melbourne, so boundaries and goals are regularly travelling all over Melbourne to find a free over. I think he means like goal umpires and boundary umpires. Absolute disgrace. And since they have gone to 4 umpires, they have just gone and put 10 umps from the VFL that probably aren't ready for AFL footy, but put them on anyways. So now you have a group that doesn't train together and is expected to perform on the biggest stage. These things are already in the media regularly, but no one seems to draw the correlation between the umpiring being shithouse and the umps having nowhere to train. Maybe that can be you, mate. Keep me anonymous, please. The AFL will hunt me down and my family. Okay. I mean, so there you are. So even the umpires now saying, well, we'd be good if we had somewhere to train one and train together.
I mean, you tell me what happens with the West Coast Eagles, you know, when you get a bunch of guys from the waffle that don't know each other and you put them in on the big stage when they're not ready.
Crumble.
They're not very good.
You've got the West Coast Eagles.
Exactly. So then, same thing applies.
Horrible. How are the umpires in like a professional sports league not being able to find a ground to just go and train at? Like not even a park. Like the league can't be like, hey, we're going to go park. You know what? Let's do it at the tan.
Yeah.
Let's just walk a lap of the tan. That'd be better than not training together at all.
Yeah.
Let's have a coffee around the town, a morning coffee.
Exactly.
And just chat things out. How are we going? What can be better? And then that'll be better than what they're doing right now. Crazy. It was really, really poor again. And just, I don't want to go on too much because we'll get a tap on the shoulder from the AFL for sure for being too hard. But it's just like, get it together. Pay something. Pay some holding the balls. The not 15s were better this week. But across the board, it was just like some things you're like, what are the umpires seeing here that we're not seeing?
There were some moments in the Saints game where I didn't even get angry. I just looked at it and I actually asked a few people in the crowd. I went, what actually was that for? Could you, because I'm trying to look at it.
Yeah.
I don't even recognise what's
happening now.
What the rule is there.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't like that's annoying. That was, I can see they're saying it was holding the ball or high or whatever. I went, what was the incident?
What was that? I don't even know.
What was
how they called that?
Yeah.
Even the Blues game, like I thought the umpires did a great job. I thought they were really, really good. But there were some calls where like, that is just, we'll take it for sure, but that is so bad.
Yeah,
that is so poor. So, yeah, I don't know what we do with that. Maybe just get them trained together, AFL, work it out. Let's go on the round recap. Let's go from Friday, which is a big day, Anzac Day. Collingwood beat Essendon again by 41 points on just the biggest game in the season.
Yep.
This was absolutely huge. Now, Private Hetty Adams, absolute star.
Yes.
New Zealand national anthem singer. She's done 3 in a row now, I think.
Yeah.
What a stud.
It's pretty cool.
How good was she?
Yeah.
She's great. Now, the New Zealand national anthem's I like that one.
It's amazing.
It's a great anthem.
Yeah.
Great anthem. So she set the day, set the tone. And for the Bombers, like, it's actually wild to think the Bombers took the lead in the third quarter and still lost by 41 points. Like, either the Bombers are just the same old Bombers or maybe Collingwood, and I think it's more so this one, Collingwood now beat the allegations of being way too old and they're just really good at football.
Yeah.
Like, what they're doing, it doesn't matter how old they are. At some point, you have to be like, no, they're just old as shit, yes, but they're really, really good. Mature, they know how to play the game. Flyers got them on cruise control. It's the way they're playing. Steel Sidebottom and Scott Pendlebury. What they're doing at the moment, like, needs to be studied. Scott's 37, had 31 touches. 37, having 31 touches. Like, that needs to be studied. Steel Sidebottom also needs to be studied. Averaging more touches this year than he has across his whole career. So he wins the Anzac Day medal with 36 touches. How are they doing that?
It's just ridiculous.
How's he doing? He's got that Benjamin Button disease.
Yeah.
Just winds it back and says, oh, you know what? Maybe he came second to Brownlow. Like, he's having some kind of season. It's absolutely crazy what they're doing. And then the whole thing, like, you look at their list and go, oh, God, yep, for sure, you're old. The beating, the allegations of you being old and losing, you beat them.
Yeah.
But they're gone. But you look at the list and go, hey, maybe this list should be playing bingo and making cups of tea before bed.
They're correct.
But that's how old they are. And they just keep rolling up and keep winning. And now they're officially the favourite to win the flag.
Didn't have to be.
And if they do, have mercy on all of us. Like, that would be an absolute disaster. I cannot stress this enough, guys. We need to come together as collective teams and work out how to beat them. Because what we've thrown out so far, I think North and West Coast, you guys are good to sit this one out. But everyone else, come together and work out how to do this. Like I say it every week, them grand final week will be the longest week of our lives. And if they win it, it's going to be the longest summer of our lives. Come together. Work. I think St Kilda sit this one out as well.
You reckon?
The other 14 teams come to... who else? Richmond, West Coast, North considered out. St Kilda considered out. Sydney are close to singing it out. Everyone else, though, come together.
Okay.
God. And now Craig McRae came out and said that it's just not the same team as 2023. Everyone's saying, no, it's the same team. Like, exact same team. They're back. He's like, no, it's not. It's like, we are the same team, yes, in some parts, but now we have different gears. So if you have a gear that matches us, that's fine. We'll put it in the fourth. We'll find a new gear. That's terrifying that they can do that, and they can do that.
Oh, yeah.
They're so good. They play stress-free footy. They're back to smiling up the race. They're back to smiling on the field. And now they have not one, and we knew this, not one Dacos, but two very good Dacoses.
Mm-hmm.
That's terrifying. Josh Dacos doesn't get the mentions and acknowledgement he deserves because Nick exists.
Mm-hmm.
He's so good at footy. Unbelievable. Whatever was in Pete's balls.
Oh, well, we've talked about he's got golden nuts.
He has, yeah. He'd be him and Collingwood have built a private sperm donation bank.
Yep.
To make sure for the next 20 years there's just a lot of Dacoses running around.
Yeah.
And maybe not. He doesn't want his name attached to all of them because, like, hey, this guy just in a couple of. This guy just in like lots of jugs now, like they're just breeding Dacoses. But
Yeah.
I think we'll know that, hey, that's definitely a Dacos sperm kid.
Yeah, and it'd be good if the boys can get cracking as well. Like, just start that bowl.
Yeah,
ball
I'd be
rolling.
asking Nick and Josh to, I mean, maybe they're a bit young for kids. Josh could have a kid, but I'd be for sure saying, boys, once a week, would you mind, here's like a Playboy magazine.
Yeah.
Would you mind just give us a donation to the bank?
Yeah.
And we'll just...
We've even got room here. We could probably set up some sort of chamber.
Yeah, for sure. We could, for sure. They want some of mine as well.
What can't hurt?
There we go. We'll see. A couple of orange Dacoses running around. So they're really, really good. The only thing that might bring them down, which they're now talking about internally, is that they're talking about the playing group that Dacos hasn't taken a contested mark. That Josh was like, hey, yeah, we're trying to get him one. We're really trying. We know now it's like it's letting him down. So will we see a Dacos contested mark this year?
We're really trying. We're actually going out of our way
To try and get him a contested mark. Yeah.
Yeah.
So will he take a contested mark this year?
He's got a one.
Why won't Fly just, like, in games where they're going to have games where they're winning by 10 goals.
Yep.
And he's not going to get a fullback, like a big fullback. He's going to get a small, maybe even a tagger.
Yep.
Or a small back. As if Fly's not going, hey, just go bare in the square and try and take a contested mark. Can he do it? Maybe he can't do it. Maybe that's his Achilles heel. Maybe he's like, he doesn't know his body positioning in the marking
The
contest.
only question I've got, though, is how many times have they kicked to a contestant? Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, well-
has he just not been in the position because he doesn't need to? Or have we seen him let himself down by the opposition has taken the mark?
Well, the argument here when I say this, every time when Collingwood fans get so pressed, the argument is, well, actually, because he's got the ball so much and running away from him, why would he take a contested mark when he's got the ball so often and he's running away from opponents? I get that, but also at some point there's going to be a contest on a wing or up forward where we're going to have to see a bare and square situation and see what he's got. And back to your point, I don't know if he can do it.
Yeah. But, like, you know, you can't call LeBron the greatest of all time if he hadn't hit one 3-pointer.
Or dunked.
Yeah, just once.
Like, it's a very simple thing to do. We're not
Yeah.
asking him to do something crazy like break 3 tackles, which or burst of a pack and kick a running goal, which he almost did 3 times on the weekend. We're asking, hey, stand next to someone else and just take a Kentucky mark.
Yeah.
So, the day that he takes one, I reckon it's almost like an automatic thing for the AFL that when he takes one, just end the season and give him the flag.
Yeah.
'Cause if he
Or at least Brownlow.
Yeah,
Maybe
or
just
give him the
like-
Brownlow
yeah.
maybe. Give him the Brownlow. So, I think that's where we're at with them.
Yeah.
And Dacos especially. I want to see it. I want to see it this season for sure. So they're really good. Defense is really good. Dan McStay being out for 6 weeks hurts a little bit. I don't think they'll bring back Coxie. I think it's time to bring back in maybe some young bloods.
Do you reckon?
See who's in there.
I was a little bit surprised he was omitted on the weekend, though. I was a little surprised.
Yeah, he's squeezing out though. He's 33. He had a good career.
He's had a bloody good career.
Great career. So he's getting squeezed out. So I don't know who they're going to bring back in, but I mean, let's talk about Essendon for a little bit. They were actually really good. Like, they looked really good. They got rolled. The rain started in the first, and I don't think they loved the rain that much.
Mm-hmm.
We did see them practice with some like sloppy balls and Gatorade buckets a few
right.
weeks ago.
Yeah, we did
so
see
that's my mindset with them. Like, they don't love wet situations. Then it dried up, and they came. Got a little bit better, but they had a hard day. Like, all their phones went down on the bench. Like, so Brad Scott literally had his mobile out and was calling people on the bench. Now, I don't know if he was calling players individually, or they were running around with phones in their pockets. Hold on. Before you kick him in the wing, Brad, what's up? Okay, no worries. So I don't know if that got to that level, but he was definitely on his phone in the box calling down to someone.
Yeah, someone was getting a call.
And that's never good. So he said it was as helpless as he's ever felt in a game. And also, just quietly here, the Bombers were the youngest team in the league for this game.
Wow.
So that they're doing
Well,
some
they
things.
put up a good fight then.
A good fight. Kako and Katie did some things in the third, made him hang around. I just think they need to get Zach Merritt some help.
Yeah.
Like, go out and get a superstar mid. Now, I don't know who it's going to be. I know that you have some money to spend. But is it getting a Harley Reid? Like, does that fix things in there for him? He needs a right-hand man. Like, people say it's Durham that he's right-hand man. No, I think he needs a Robin, like a genuine Robin.
Well, the thing is about Robin is he doesn't have the full back catalogue of talents that Batman has, but shit, he's got a fair few.
He's got, he at least compliments.
It's not Batman and his mate from work.
No. No.
You got to have
someone who can do some stuff.
just under you.
So I think the word that we're hearing from our sources is that they're just literally loading up as much as they can for Harley Reid. Every piece they can get their hands on, trading up, trading down, trading in, trading out, is set up now to get Harley at the end of this season, which would make sense. Like I think Zach Merritt needs Zach probably going to them saying, if you don't find me someone, maybe I do start looking around because he deserves some success. So let's see if they get someone in. I do feel bad for them with Ben. I even feel bad for Ben Mackay now and the whole Essendon thing.
That's where we're at.
Oh, they got sold a lemon. He's doing some things now. He's averaging 8 touches a game, and they can't even play him on the other team's most dangerous forward because he's just getting towed up.
Yeah.
So now you can't play in the VFL. You can't play in the VFL.
Nah.
Like you're not rolling a $1.3 million play in the VFL.
Pretty shit look.
Yeah, just invested so much.
Yeah. So
I feel bad for that situation for all Bombers people. And the Bombers, Old Gold was very good. Which hat was it? Fucking hell.
If you want to keep going on that for a second.
Yeah, look, no, he was very good. Full credit to that old son of a bitch for just getting out there. Getting out of bed is also, I think getting out of bed was going to be the hardest thing of the day. Once he got out and got moving, got the muscles going, he was always going to be destined to play the game. He actually played really well. I think he won the hit-outs. And he was just solid. So, I mean, I wouldn't be in this situation if Nick Bryan doesn't do his ACL and Sam Draper doesn't do his Achilles in back-to-back weeks. Like, that's where we're at, and that's why we're in this situation. So for Old Gold actually to roll out at 37 years old, first game back, is huge.
Okay, so here's where we're at. We don't have a Essendon
Oh,
hat,
don't
which
remember that, man.
I felt like could work. He obviously is a North legend, and we've got a Legionnaires hat here, and I feel like maybe the flap at the back could work, or, of course, Richmond Orange.
I don't want anything to do with Richmond.
Okay.
How am I going to eat this, mate? That's so bad.
What does it taste like?
It tastes like it's not going to go down. That's what it tastes like.
This is a Gatorade up there.
Oh, for fuck. I'm not going to be able to chew that down, mate. Got it.
Got it? Well done.
Thanks, guys. Yeah. So we're done Old Gold. There you are. See what I ate there? On the back of the hat. I'm not eating that whole hat. I ate some hat, ate a footy. That does it there. I'm done now. I'm done. So
I genuinely just heard your stomach then.
Yeah, it's not good. So I'm going to be so sick after this. So now back to Collingwood Essendon. Now the season's underway. I think it's going to be a season for the Bombers where it's unfortunately going to be disappointment.
Yes.
And you can't help that. You can't get in the way of this thing. You're young, you're injured, and this is just going to be, you're too banged up to win.
Yep.
So I'm so sorry, but it's going to be a year where you hang around and the slide's going to be there and you're just going to be on a slower slide to back to the lower 10 of the table.
Okay.
So that's okay.
So they're already on that slide.
I think so.
They're
It's going to be
coming
your
down
21st birthday's coming up. You won't win a final this year, but we'll celebrate it.
Oh, absolutely.
For sure. We'll celebrate 21 years of you guys not making finals.
Yeah.
And that's okay as well. It'll be a big party. I really don't want the Pies to win. Just before we wrap this up. I know you guys probably can feel that already, but if they win, I'll be so flat.
Yeah.
So I think this is a definitely going to be a tattoo punishment if they do win.
You've just eaten a hat.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want them to win. I don't. So I'm literally now going to put my body on the line. So all the teams who are rallying behind us to beat Collingwood know what's on line here.
Yep.
If they do win the flag, I will get a punishment of them Premiers 25 on my ankle.
You know what? I'll join you.
Done. So it's announced a
join
program. It's a program, DDF, Premiership, Pies, Tattoo, if
Yep.
they do win the flag. As a little spark for the teams to say, don't do this, we don't need this.
Yeah.
And other people can join in as well.
Yeah, maybe
And-
we all do it.
And we're not saying that the Pies should get a DDF tattoo if they don't win it, but if they're open to join in, they can join in as well.
They got a lot of ink, some
that's
of those
where we're at.
guys. Like you would have.
Yeah, so that's where we're at with them. Tattoo punishment if they win a flag, which I hope they do not. Friday night game as well. After this one, Fremantle. Just turned a flag mantle once again to beat the Crows by 3 goals. Ugly game all round.
Yeah.
Ugly vibes. Them being on a Friday night was really weird. I mean, prime time in Perth, they probably loved it over there. I think they did. But just a gross, weird vibe game. Flag mantle did what they seem to do every second week.
Yep.
Have a really bad performance and then come back and you go, Fremantle might be good again. Battle of the frauds this game. Don't know if you saw in the post game, Josh Selwood, dogs out, tippy toes.
Yeah, what the hell?
Now, being on your tippy toes is pretty wild. There's not really a situation where you should ever be on your tippy toes and have the dogs out. Like, just get a box.
Yeah, but he's not also like, how tall is he?
I don't know, but he was on his tippy toes. So that means every coverage, Joel Selwood's on his tippy toes. With dogs off and out.
Dogs out.
I don't get that at all.
1.83, so that's at least 6 foot.
Yeah, on tippy toes.
No need.
Didn't
for
like
it.
that. Didn't like it. So that was like, that's not great at all. So, as I said, this is Battle of Frauds. Crows are definitely frauds now. I'm more than confident to say that. They are 100% frauds. Freo get a week off being fraud watch. They're going to be back now. They could potentially be back on fraud watch. I don't know how the next week, but Crows
Saints.
are confirmed frauds. Saints, okay, well, they'll get off it for sure. I have no idea what Adelaide are. I don't know. Again, like the Tribunal, it's like you spin a wheel with Adelaide and you're going to get really good or really bad. Like at the start, we thought, these guys are fun, they're dangerous. And now it's like, you're just a fraud now.
Yeah.
Because it was so good at the start. They've moved away from being the fun ball movement, high scoring to just frustrating to watch. They could not kick a goal in this game. It was so frustrating. They had so many shots on goal. And who knows what they are? I have no idea. It'd be frustrating to support them. I feel for every Adelaide fan. Because it's just, they were hot to start the season, and everyone said they could win a flag. And now I'm like, you can't even kick a goal at the moment.
Maybe not.
So I don't get it. Shout out to Riley Thilthorpe as well. Compound fracture, bone out the skin. So I don't know how he played. He had a lot of tape around it, but now the club's like, he'll probably play this week. Bone out the finger, at the skin. How do you play this week? Surely not.
And I don't know a lot about footy. But I'm pretty sure that the hands are a fairly important part of it, would you say?
Never seen someone mark it with their legs.
No.
So if he does play, he's going to be so sore. Like you don't have your finger come out of the skin and just go, you know what, that'll be fine. I'll play next week. Like that's very much like maybe we should see a doctor situation.
Yes, correct.
Maybe we should get that stitched up. Maybe we should have a week off just in case that happens again. Could you imagine looking down
Dan.
at your finger? You've just gone for a mark. It's dislocated. And not only is it dislocated, the bone, your finger bone, is out of the skin pointing up while your skin and knuckle is pointing to the right. That's what he had.
No Skelly Grow in the world's fixing that.
Man, what balls on him to go back out there and to just cop it while the doctor lodges it back in, bone and knuckle back into the skin and then strap it up. Wow. That's courage. That's a big guy. So who knows if he gets up this week, but I don't know what the Crows are. I have no idea if Matty Nix is a good coach or a bad coach. I'm very confused by them. They were fun, and now I'm on the fence about them.
Are you
completely.
feeling confident going into this weekend?
So confident.
Yeah.
And this for Carlton, we have Adelaide on Saturday night, I think.
Yeah.
I think, yes, off the back of Geelong being back, we're definitely back. I think now we go into Adelaide. Thilthorpe's got he doesn't even have his bones in his skin.
Yeah.
I think now I look at this and go, we beat them, we are like 10,000% back.
Yeah.
And there's no doubt about it.
No, I would give you that.
Yeah. We roll into Adelaide City churches.
Yeah.
Oh, the herald angels sing.
Yeah.
They'll be singing that we're back. So I feel super confident about what we can do against them. And even now, Fogarty's out. This is now a different feel for Adelaide. But Freo, well done. Decided not to put us to sleep with their game plan. They were exciting.
Yeah.
Long meal before the game swore. Now it felt very unnatural.
What did he say?
He said, if you can fucking impact, fucking go. Felt very forced it out.
He's not a swearer.
No, he's not. So when he did that, I think everyone was like, maybe we should switch on. Maybe his swearing got him in line and got him up and about to play, but it felt very forced. But he's dropping F-bombs in the pre-games. Andy Brayshaw is an absolute stud. 37 touches. Talk about the best 1-2 punches in the league. That'd be up there, top 5 for sure. Maybe top 3. Him and Sarong. I think they when they're on, like they're very hard to stop. The thing is, like they're very off as well at the same time.
Yeah.
Sometimes 1 week on, 1 week off. So well done to Freo. They're back. And in prime time, we had some doubts on them, but they played a good brand of football. The game plan was good. They were somewhat exciting, and we didn't fall asleep. So I would like to see them again in prime time on Friday. I'm very much happy with them being in the Sunday slot, maybe a Saturday arvo.
Yeah, okay.
But that's
This is
where
where
we're
we're
at.
at.
That's
Yeah.
where we're at. So we're on them. Here we go. Let's unpack this, man. This is therapy for you. St Kilda Lions. Lions by 45 points. Now, it should have been a lot more, if I'm being completely honest. They kick straight up. Sorry, some hit fucking...
It's got a bit of hat in you.
The hat came back up. Good win for the Lions. Good win for the Lions. How did you see this, sitting there closely watching it?
How do I see this?
Unpack it for us, and don't be biased.
Contractually not going to happen. One thing that I knew we were in trouble was our first quarters have been really good this year. I think we've led most of our first quarters. I think the Adelaide game, no, but we've either been in them or have, got off to a really, really, really good start. So that first quarter was terrifying. I think it was. I was like, okay, well, if we that's been our thing over the last 7 weeks. So it's like, oh, okay. I think there was a moment in the third quarter where if it wasn't for the umpires, that momentum was well and truly going St Kilda's way. I think we got back to within 15 points.
Yeah, like 10 goals.
So it's like 16 points, something like that. And then just junk time, like free.
Yeah.
And I went, okay, well, there's the momentum gone.
This game's gone.
They kept us in it for sure with their kicking. It was extraordinary to watch. I thought, yeah, you're right. It could have...
Blown out. They had so many shots on goal.
Yeah, it was that was a bit like, oh, Jesus, we're lucky here. And I think for me right now, where it stands, it's glaringly obvious that we are missing a superstar in the side because I think our team is pretty good.
Yeah.
And we're getting there, and we've had some good wins, and we've been in and around the mark with our losses. But we got to get Max King back.
You do.
We need that superstar that just having him there is either a target or a bit of, he could do anything today.
Well, yeah. I mean, Jack Higgins leading the Coleman was wild. And the fact that he's carried your forward line is so impressive. But you need like a big, just someone over 6'1".
Totally. I mean, back in the day, Stephen Milne was kicking the most goals for us in a year, but we still had Nick Revolt. Or we still had
Cozzy.
Some of these guys. So it's like that right now, it's fine if Jack Higgins is kicking more goals than a tall forward, but we don't have that.
No. How'd your backline go? I feel like I was watching the forwards of the Lions go to work. Like they were very just lead up on you, taking some marks. Like I thought Wilkie and the boys down there felt like always they're going to be competitive and make you work for it. But this felt easy for the Lions to just get shots on goal.
Well, I feel like Dougal Howard a little bit underdone. I think I can't remember if he played last week or if it was first game back. I think maybe he did play last week. Definitely looked a little bit rattled. There were a couple of moments that Liam Stocker was kicking out, a bit rushed and just, kicking it straight to a line. And so, I still think that our defence can be one of our strongest attributes, for sure. So when you've been able to pick that apart, that's where you go, we're gonna struggle here.
Yeah. I mean, I still think Ross still is the boss.
Well,
do you think the 3/4 time or no? It was halftime.
No, it was quarter time.
So this is so weird. So we got the video, and I didn't know what happened before this. So before he went absolutely nuts at Garcia and whoever else was on the bench, he subbed Garcia out in 12 minutes in the second quarter.
Yeah.
So, and it was tactical. So did Garcia do something? Or was Ross the boss just like so angry he just picked someone out and said, get the fuck off the field? He went off of Garcia and subbed him out. So he must have done something.
I felt a little bit uncomfortable by it. I don't know where I stand on it.
We haven't seen that from Ross.
No, we have, but not
get subbed out Garcia 12 minutes in the second quarter because maybe you missed a kick or you've done some of these in the game plan. That's fucking harsh.
I really feel like he's 19. This kid.
That's a confidence breaker,
isn't it?
Yeah.
I totally understand having a really straight down the line chat with him. Totally understand being subbed out. I get that. But he didn't lose us the game in that first quarter.
No.
Garcia. So I don't know if there's any positives that can come from that.
really bizarre. Really, I think everyone watching this when this is so weird that he's got tactically subbed out 12 minutes into the second quarter.
Yeah.
Like that makes no sense at all. So he wasn't happy. Wasn't happy losing shit to players. It just feels like, I know you guys have been building for a long time, but now maybe the wheels are starting to come off. Like you said, they need a big, strong forward up there, someone who can actually draw some attention to get this thing back on track. So is this year maybe just a year where you go, you know what, let's wait for Max to get healthy, let's go and spend the war chest? Or do you think like, oh no, we can still play finals here?
Well, I still think we can. We clearly can. Like you can. It's not easy beating. Well, it is quite easy beating Geelong.
It's so easy beating Geelong.
But like, you know, and then rolling into Adelaide and beating Port, thumping a team by 80 something points. Like we've clearly got enough in us. It's just, you look at that Bulldogs game and you go, fuck the lift that team got.
Yeah.
With Bont being there, and you're going, I just don't think we don't have that.
We don't have that.
You know?
Yeah. There's a few things you guys need to sort out maybe this year going into the off season. I think your war chest spending has to be addressed. Like, I don't know, and I'd love to keep him, but I don't think TDK on 1.7 is your biggest need right now. I think you could spend that so much more wisely.
On
forward line. Like you now need insurance for Max King.
Yes, well, we do need that.
Or
at
just
the very least.
Or at the very least, a secondary really good forward who's going to kick you 30 to 40 goals. I think you're okay in the midfield. I mean, even Jack's still your captain, and people are saying he's maybe a step behind everyone.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
A little bit, but I think your war chest need to be addressed, and then you need to get everyone on the park at the same time.
Well, I tell you what, you know where the biggest frustration is, and I hate for any fan that goes through this, where you see a really glaringly obvious hole in the system, and you go, tell you what would have been, who'd be really good here. I don't know, like a Tim Membry.
Yeah,
he would have helped.
Yeah, I went through that with Carlton.
Yeah.
Oh, a Candy be great for some
right
inside.
now. This would, how good
we
would
would
that
love
be?
that. Yeah, you're missing someone who can attract the footy, kick, like I said, 30 goals a year.
Or like, even off a half back, like Sinclair and Naz are doing a fair bit. Geez, someone like a Josh Battle would be great.
Yeah.
know?
So a few holes. So not completely off the board yet. Not willing. I won't write you off yet. Who have you got this week?
Freo.
On Friday night.
Yeah.
Fucking gross. Okay.
No, but it's a Ross clash, which I'm excited for.
Is that in Perth?
No, it's here.
Yeah, so you're Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, Friday Night Lights.
You and BT, watch out.
Maybe like a, Liam Henry kind of, revenge game. Ross Lyon revenge game.
Okay. All right. So watch this space. I'll give you guys one more game. I mean, it's perfectly set up here for you guys to go and beat Freo on Friday. Like, so this is what you do.
Do you not want to put us on Fraud Watch?
No, because you've never been really up there to be fraud. So you've just been...
You sure you don't?
There are some teams on there who would never go on Fraud Watch. Like, I mean, you guys for sure would never be on Fraud Watch.
So what do you have to do to be on Fraud Watch?
Have like some good vibes around you, get some wins on the board, like be up and about. Actually let people know, oh, this could be a team here.
I feel like we have done that.
Nah, but there's still been no... It's been like fun for you guys to get a few wins on the board. There's been no feeling of like these guys could maybe do something the pointy end. It's been like, oh, this is cool, they won.
Okay.
So who else would never be on Fraud Watch? I mean... Gold Coast, I think, because they started so hot. The Giants are definitely on Forward Watch. Bulldogs. I think it's just, maybe just North, Richmond, St Kilda, West Coast. Potentially will never even make it to Fraud Watch territory to be crossed off.
Melbourne, I feel like, aren't challenging. I don't think they can be frauds.
No, right. Maybe Melbourne as well.
Yeah.
So you're on there. That's a good group to be part of. But what are the Lions? Because I've probably been way too hard on them. They're now second on the ladder. They're 6-1.
They were pretty good.
I mean, I've refused to even acknowledge them about being a premiership contender. They're officially now, they've proved me wrong enough times. I think I'm back on them being a very good football team. Despite losing Joe and everything about that made me nervous going into the season. No, these guys can play. They win a good game, a good field, good game. Like I said, 6-1. Eric Hipwood, another legacy game, which now means he's in for 26 games doing nothing.
Yeah.
If you combine the maths on him.
Absolutely.
So they're very good. The only thing to make them really like a contender and stand up and be better is Charlie Cameron needs to get going. What's he doing?
That was bizarre.
He cannot. It's like there's a magnet in the ball that moves the ball away from the goals. He running into open goals.
Yep.
Like he's almost in getting drop territory.
Yeah.
You saw it in real in the flesh.
And I tell you what, it's never good for someone's confidence. I think it's amazing that the teammates are clearly looking for him. And, really giving him
they're trying
and
now.
I think it's great that the fans are, making a lot of noise for him. Boom, boom. But there's something almost patronising about it.
Yeah, it
it's
is.
like if we're just trying to get it to Charlie, and then the fans going, this is the moment,
Ooh.
it's putting that pressure on.
Yeah. I mean, he has not started the Harley in a long time.
No.
It's got cobwebs all over it. I don't know if it would start anymore.
Well, so he didn't play, the first couple of games?
Didn't play the first couple.
Then I think he's kicked 3 in a game.
And that would be literally it.
And then that probably is if maybe he kicked 1 in another.
Yeah,
but
he's been super quiet.
Yeah.
So we need him to get going. I don't know who they have next. They need a good... I think they've used up all their feel-good games. I don't think they have a North or a West Coast soon where that would probably be the game where you get him going and just... Remember when he had 32 and 9 in the internal pracky match?
Yeah. They've got the Q Clash on the weekend.
Oh, he's not touching it. They're going to put... what's that good kid who's really, really good? Euland on him.
Yeah.
And he's going to wear him like a glove. Okay, so if he plays... They Q Clash this week?
Yeah.
Wow. Queensland Footy.
Sunday night, 7:20.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is it a public holiday or something?
No.
Just 7:20.
Sunday.
Just a Sunday. Just a real graveyard.
But I prefer. I that's not graveyard for me. That's almost like in the NFL Sunday night. Like
a 7:30 game.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. In Brisbane or Goldie? That's rogue. I don't hate it. I've never had to address a 7:30 night game.
I just don't like a 5 o'clock. Like that,
No.
I hate that. But 7:30, I'm like, all right, cool. Like,
yeah, right. Well,
Sunday night, like
that's a big Q Clash. Like that is probably the most exciting, most competitive Q Clash they've ever had.
Yeah, probably.
Both teams in the top 4.
Yep.
That's big. Zorko and Took Miller generally hate each other.
So watch that.
There's real hate. So watch that. Took and Zorko watch. Moving along here. Next game, we've got Port just being North by 9 points in what might have been. Now, I know we had the Adelaide and Giants game last week. This might have been probably on par for the best, worst game I've ever seen.
That's well said.
It was like watching an Auskick kind of game on a skill level. And if you go back and watch the mini on KO, the highlights, you're probably watching 45 seconds of just highlights because there wasn't much there. But both teams literally tried their best to lose the game. And Port, after the first quarter, decided to just have zero effort, really.
Yeah.
They just packed it up and said, real good. They missed so many goals. Again, a bit like St Kilda. Missed so many goals. Pau Pepper literally had a shot in the goal square and kicked it into the man of the mark.
Yeah.
So that sums up this game. Turnovers galore. And the Kangaroos honestly should have won this game. This is the one that got away. Like, we were all, or I felt like myself and maybe the community were going, this is please North. Like, we're all rooting for you here. You can do it, surely. Like, you're getting so many shots on goal. You're getting all the umpires' decisions. You can make this work. And still, just went back to honourable loss territory.
Yeah.
We're past that. Learn to win. Figure it out.
Yeah.
Surely you've got enough knowledge there and play. There's enough games in your young kids. Let's figure this thing out to stop being stinky. Because I'm actually over you guys being stinky. I'm over you guys when we do our power rankings every week, putting you down and being asked. I want you guys to be really good.
Yeah.
You deserve to be. Your fans deserve for you to be really good. And it's games like this that make it really frustrating as a neutral fan because you're like, everything's there.
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of stuff is there. Like, sure, you're missing a few things maybe down back or maybe another piece up forward next to Larky, but everything else is there. So work it out. Work it out. Very frustrating. I mean, it was so clearly obvious the umpires. They wanted North to win. They were like, come on, what can we do here to help them? Let's get them a win. Very, very obvious. So still couldn't win. And for Port, a win's a win. 3 in a row now. They looked absolutely dog shit for 3 quarters. The umpires, as we said, didn't do them any favours. But, I mean, when I think about Port, and probably they're in this category of, I think there's going to be teams where 5th on the ladder to 13th is going to be an absolute log jams, and they're a very good team, but they're not a great team. And that's okay as well.
That's okay.
That's where I'm going to have them. So thankfully, in this game especially, they have a couple of dogs that drag them over the line. Butters, Rosé, Horn Francis. Now, Horn Francis is a wild dog. He's an angry dog. He's like a dog that you're back in the corner and the teeth come out. Like, you've got to learn to control him, like a wild Charizard at the start. You know when you're going to try and control Charizard?
Sure.
That's what he is. They got to work it out. I don't know if you saw the vision of him and Kenny.
Yes. Yeah.
3/4 time. Horn Francis is going off. He just had a huge blue with North. Obviously, they didn't forget about him. Ice baths. You know, you never did an ice bath. You left us. We're rebuilding here. You've now gone on to greener pastures. They got into him. Then the umpire makes a bad decision against him. Siren goes. Horn Francis gets to the umpire. Players dragged him away. Ken, because Ken's on the bench coaching, meets him at the huddle and says, listen, I don't know what he said, but he's like, it would have been like, hey, you need to like rein it in here. Like, you're going to cost us the game here. It's a tight game. Stop doing this.
You know, when Ken's saying that.
When Ken was, it was very much like a dad telling you. It looked like when your dad says, I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed in the way you're doing things. That's worse. And then Rosie and Butters were like trying to, like, hey, mate, like, listen here. He's trying to teach you something about, you know, how to carry yourself, what we're doing here, what you need to be better. And he turned his back on him, walked out. And Butters, out of everyone, the most fine guy in the history of the AFL, Butters was like, hey, actually, Dad's talking. You listen to Dad when he's talking to us.
I think maybe I'm with Horn Francis here, though. If Kenny Hinkley and Zach Butters are the ones that are trying to pull you in line, you're like, what are you... Like,
Yeah, how dare you?
Yeah.
You got fined 20K and you've been fined 50K.
Yeah.
How dare you? Yeah. So that's where it's at. So there, I know he's angry, but it's bad when you're angry and then the most fine guy in the history of the league is telling you to calm down. That's when it must have been really bad. So I don't know. He's young. He'll figure it out. He's 21.
Yeah.
He's a young ball. I mean, Dacos is also 21 and he carries himself a little bit differently, but he's just angry at the world, Horn Francis.
Oh,
and he's so good, so he doesn't need to be angry all the time. No. Just be good. So something else that happened in this game, we haven't seen this actually probably, I don't know if I've seen this ever, but shout out to Darcy Tucker. He didn't touch the ball at all in 97 minutes of game time. Like, he got subbed out. It's what's the opposite? He had leather phobia.
Yeah.
Did not touch the footy. 3 tackles. So I think at one point I just saw him with runners on doing cardio. Just up and down a wing. That's unbelievable. Like, to do that's actually more impressive. That's harder to do than having 30.
Really? So do you reckon if you could plug me into a game, I'm probably
telling
getting one?
I'm telling you, that's harder to do than having 30 touches. You, me, anyone listening here, you could at least get one just by hanging on the outside of a pack or tackling someone on the ball fumbling out. To get 0 is actually really impressive. Wow. So hopefully he's gone around telling his friends and family, going, you know what, bloody tagged out of that game.
3 tackles.
Yeah, 3 tackles is good. I'd be if I was him, I'd be like, got tagged out. Got tagged out of the game. Yep. Rosie sat on me all day. That's so impressive.
I see what you mean. I'm going through the list. Like, you've got a few guys here that have had, Josh Sin had 3 touches.
Yep.
But he touched it 3 times.
Yeah. Got concussed in the first or second.
Yeah.
Yep. It's actually, now back in the day, people go, but, it happened back in the players of the day. Yeah, they played like 5% game time.
Yeah.
Like, Cade Simpson played 300 games and touched it 0 times in his first 3 games. But he played like 5% game time in all those games. 97 minutes.
So when did you get subbed out?
Would have been the third off that.
Yeah.
I'd say so. That's like actually impressive. That's a Tony Snell game. So well done. Moving along. Saturday night in Canberra, Dogs are now legit.
Yep.
It doesn't make any sense to me that they're legit, but they're a team.
Yep.
They're a team of absolute dogs. 6-goal winners in Canberra against the Orange Tsunami. Like the Orange, let's stop that. It's a genuine kiddies pool. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not a tsunami. Tsunamis are scary. This is like a very much like, hey, Poppy, want to have a splash around.
It's a whirlpool, though, in a pool. When we all just start running around in a circle.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, for sure.
To get a little bit of, so you can float for a little bit.
You float for like a second.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's that sensation. It's not a tsunami at all. Honestly, I think the Giants have to get out of Canberra.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, stop playing your games there. Go and get a new stadium where horses aren't riding around in the back of like a 95 Mercedes because it's fun. Go and get a stadium that isn't a shithole. Build something really cool, something you can play on week to week and feel good about yourself instead of getting on a bus to Canberra every week now for 3 months of the year because you can't use a stadium. Work it out. I know you have some attachment to that place. You let Tom Green stand up there. That's great. But get yourselves out of this situation because it's not working. Mm-hmm. And we also, going into the game, we thought they were rivals. They're not rivals. Now I heard this stat. You can't be a rival if you've lost 8 of the last 9 to the Dogs.
Wow. 8 to the
That's
last
not a rivalry.
9.
That's you just getting pants every time you beat them. So the social media teams have more beef with each other.
Yeah.
And it's more competitive at the moment. So they shouldn't piss them off. We spoke about it before the game. Like, if your tactic is Giants social media team to piss off literally one of the best players in the league 3 days before the game has started, that's big balls by you guys to do that.
If you're in the social media review today, I want you to be really quiet this week. Because they're the Swans.
Oh.
And they know. We know they piss them off.
They've been in trouble. So now they can go 2 ways here. Jacob can go, let's wind up the social media team in their review and let's attack them.
Yeah.
Or he can say, I think we should lay low for a bit.
Yeah, he's going, right, we've got YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, MySpace.
Yeah.
Ask Jeeves. Like, we're going to smash them on everything, Reddit.
Yeah.
Or he's going, let's pull back.
Yeah.
And get back to basics.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. So it was, the Dogs also went back at him after that.
Yeah.
The post. So it was very clever by them. So them saying that, the Giants saying that he's not the best player in the comp and then, they get to be in the same field as Toby Green is hilarious. Even more funny when they the Doggies sub Bont out after playing 62% game time. Just as a sign, it's like, hey, it's over. We're going to sub him out now. He's only played 60% of the game. Just a little fuck you to him. So for the Giants, they stunk it up again. Second week in a row, stinking it up. They kicked more than 34 points, which is a huge positive.
That is.
But Eston might have sent them a curse package.
Yeah.
Jake Stringer's kicked 312.
Yeah.
The whole forward line, I think it looks really... I don't know what they're doing in the forward line at the moment, but it's not scary at all. It's Hogan, Riccardi, Cadman, Stringer. Those can't fit. That doesn't work up there for them. They've got two amazing small forwards. They need to figure out what it looks like. You can't have all of them in there. So even them going forward, I think we figured out that them kicking forward is literally like, if Jesse Hogan doesn't kick forward, then they don't win.
Yeah.
That their mids have to lower their eyes, their backs have to lower their eyes, and if they do lower their eyes, they're going to meet some new teammates.
Mm-hmm.
And be like, oh, now they've lowered my eyes and Jesse, I'm not looking at Jesse flat out. Oh, who's this guy?
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Oh, yeah, is that Jones? Nice to meet you. That's great. Oh, hello, Riccardi, you exist.
Yeah.
Who's this big tall guy? That's Cadman. I've never seen you in my life. Lower the eyes. Let's find someone that's not Hogan. Instead of being like, you know what, bombing it forward and go, fuck it, Hogan's down there somewhere. He'll catch it. He'll figure it out the rest. They're going to work that out. So, what on the Dogs, though? Dogs beat the shit out of them. Clearances were 55-33. The Giants are massively on fraud watch. Congrats to Bevo. Last season, everyone, probably us included at the start of the season, said this guy is losing his plot. Mm-hmm. Like, he's dropping players. He's not playing Caleb Daniel, Jack McRae. Then he trades out Jack McRae and Caleb Daniel. And we're going, oh, the Doggies are on for absolute freefall here. What are they doing? And they figured it out. Maybe he was 2 steps ahead of everyone.
Yeah.
He dropped Liam Jones going into the game as well. Another what kind of moment? Maybe he's figured out. He's 2 steps to everyone, and it helps when Bont is back.
Oh, gotcha.
I truly believe that him having long hair has something to do with them being so back.
There has to be a correlation.
2016, long hair, flag. So I don't know if Bont has done that. Maybe we should ask him. I think we're going to try and get him on the pod tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to reach out to him. I want to ask if their hair has anything to do with like the vibes of trying to get this thing back to 2016. Because he's so good. And now they have a Bont Jr., Joel Frazier. Absolute stud. RFB, they're calling him. Right foot Bont. Like, he's just so similar. That's Bont Jr.
Yeah.
He's so good. So now they've got 2 Bonts, which is really scary. And the team's gone back to being fun and dangerous. Actually, you know what? I'm going to move them up to a premiership contender.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's so that their midfield runs so deep. Like, it's like they have 10 All-Australian midfielders they can roll through. They're a contender for mine. Get Darcy. Okay. They're doing this without Darcy, Waitman. Jamara's a little bit busy at the moment, doing some 4am boxing classes. Who else are they missing? Trelaw.
Yeah.
Like, get Darcy, Trelaw, Waitman back.
They won't get Darcy back, will they, though?
For 6 weeks.
It was 6 weeks in the end?
Yeah, he didn't need surgery in the end.
I did know that, but I didn't think it was only 6 weeks.
No, maybe I made that up. Maybe 3 months. Maybe, what's that? Back end of, what's 3 months from now? 4, 8, 12. So around 19-ish, around 20, going to the finals. So they're going to get him back. And then Waitman comes back. Like, you put those two on the forward line.
If you can just weather the storm for a bit.
Dogs are scary. Scary. Got that dog at him. So I'm all in the Dogs. They're a feel-good team. I like them. Yep. I like what they're doing. Sunday, all 15 Suns fans went crazy on the Gold Coast.
Oh, boy.
They lost it. Brought the house down. My ex is back in town, looking really good. Big win over Sydney. 32 points in the end. And, again, they just told me that they've changed, and I believed them.
Yeah.
I didn't believe them at halftime. But they have changed. They have really changed. They've done some work themselves. I've listened to my gut the whole time through this process, being like, do I want to go back to them? Do I feel good? Can I trust them? And I think after this, them telling and showing me that they've changed, I can go back to them and I trust them. I feel really good about them. If they had lost this week and went back to the old Suns ways of just being really good at start season, then stinking it up, I would have said you haven't changed at all. But they're back. They're back. And I like what they're doing. Not sure what Dimmer said at halftime, but he said something that got them going. Because they kicked 42 points to 1 in the third quarter and got themselves back on track. Just a different way for them to win. So they've won in close games, they've won in absolute blowouts, and then they've won coming from behind by 30 points.
Yeah.
Impressive. I still can't believe they lost to Richmond last week.
Yep.
If they were 6 and zip, it'd be so much more impressive. But a 5-1, they're humming up there.
And the fact that they're well and truly in that top 4, having played a game less than the other teams in that top 4, that's pretty good.
If I was them, and the AFL said, hey, just a quick reminder, you're doing so well. The last round still, you're going to play on a Saturday, then you're going to play on a Wednesday, going into finals. I'd be.
I'm all right.
Yeah, so how about no? How about if we just play so well during the season that we don't need to play it and you give the Bombers 4 points because they'll need it.
Yeah, they'll definitely need it.
We're happy to forfeit the game. Like, that whole scheduling now is a disaster. I'd be fuming. But they look really good. They're a fun team. Their halfbacks are fly. Like, Rioli and Noble wouldn't even know that they're playing on someone. They fly off at 100 miles an hour. They pick people off. Mac Andrews, the coolest player in the world. I truly love him. Ben King, I've got him for the Coleman. He's kicking goals. They're forward. Humphreys is just turning into Dusty, it looks like. They're up and about. They're fun. And the Swans, I mean, they should kick themselves. They should have won. I mean, maybe they did like them wearing black shorts. I wasn't sure about.
Hated that.
That was gross.
Hated that.
I don't know why they did that. I just wear white shorts.
Yeah.
You lost me from the start there, but to watch another team, watch another team kick 7 goals on you, and you look down and go, "Oh, black shorts on. What are we doing here? How am I supposed to concentrate?" Like they've been training in red and white.
Yeah.
All preseason, all season. Then you say, "Hey boys, quick one before we run out. Black shorts. What do you think?" That would have thrown me off. So don't know why they did that. Did it contribute to them losing? Probably. But I'm really, really worried about this team now. Really worried. It feels like they don't have a game plan other than try and get the ball in Heaney and Chad's hands and then let them figure it out.
Yeah.
I know they're injured. I know they're banged up, but this is not Bloods culture.
No.
But I'm sure there are conversations in this. I'm sure there are conversations in Swans HQ where they're saying, "Hey, just want to confirm, triple confirm before we break up for the new round, the new week of football. Things are great. Just a quick one. Are we sure Dean Cox is the guy? Because we signed him to a 4-year deal. We hadn't seen him really senior coach by himself. Are we before we put this out on Seek? Are we sure he's the guy? I'm not sure.
2-5. They're 2-5.
2-5. Horse leaving them has been bad. Like I just want to. I like Dean. I like the Swans. We've always been about them. I just want to make sure that you guys are very sure that he's the guy because I'm not sure that he's the guy. So we'll wait and see.
Yeah.
When do you figure out that he's not the guy? Like what win-loss record do you maybe figure out this season? Is it like a 2-10? Is it a 3-10? Is it a 4? Is it a 5-10? Like
shit. I mean, 2-10.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty clear after that, isn't it?
I think they have a tough stretch coming up as well.
Ooh, do they?
I think the next month's really hard. If you want to run through the next month, I think it's really hard. I reckon this next 4-week period is he the guy test.
All right, so let's go through this. So they've got the Giants.
They'll lose that. So now they're 2-6.
So now they're 2-6. Then they've got Essendon in Melbourne.
They'll lose that for sure. Bombers get them. They're 2-7.
Then they got the Blues.
They'll lose that.
What?
2-8.
Then they've got the Demons.
3-8. Maybe.
So they're 3-8, and we'll go a couple more. Then Adelaide.
3-9.
Then Richmond. Okay, so
they're 4-9.
4-9.
Oh, that's probably maybe he's not the guy kind of pass mark.
And then a bye.
4-10.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. I mean, but outside of them bashing North Melbourne, they haven't really done a lot this season.
Nah, good no.
So, and they've made a grand final.
Yeah.
It's like they're going in the mindset of every game for us, let's play it like it's a grand final. I think you should get away from that. You're not good in grand finals. You're actually really shit in grand finals. You stink it up. Play every game like it's a prelim.
Yeah,
You're very
correct.
good in those. So watch them on this space. Complete frauds, big fraud alert, big fat fraud.
Yeah.
They're on the list. Here we go. Well done, boys. Carlton, all the way back, 3-goal winners over the Cats. I have literally cleared out all my plans for September. Like, this is the game that we needed to keep right all the wrongs. We are so back in town.
Yeah.
I tried to warn you all. I said this is a game where we try and tell the league and show the league that we are legit. All the stuff that happened before didn't matter. And guess what? We're legit again.
Yeah.
We are so legit. People are saying, you've only actually beaten West Coast and North. Shut up. Shut up now. We beat Geelong. And you guys had Geelong for winning the flag. Your pretty little flag they were going to win. No, they're not. We're going to win one. We are so back. It just felt like everything clicked at the same time. We were back to being our very best. I absolutely love George Hewitt. Our forward handballs, our pressure. Like, that is a team that can win a flag if they do that consistently. Unbelievable. I loved them. And I've always been on Vossi's side. I've always said that we should just calm down on Vossi. Let's stick with him. He's doing the boys are great. I've always been on his side, but he's number one fan.
Yeah.
So I've loved what he's done, that we stuck with him as well. And I've always loved our back line. I've really, and I've said it again, I've been loving what Nick Haynes has been doing.
Oh, huge.
Always been big on him. So I'm seriously big on Jack Savani, actually.
Really?
Yeah, he's really good. He's been great. Like a great move by Vossi again to swing him down back. We're so back. Like the only thing for us now is doing consistently. If we do that, we might go on a 20-odd game win streak. Like I don't see how. I'm just trying to go through the fixture. Like we might not lose again. Now think about it. Like who beats us when we do that? No one. So all you guys praying on our downfall, pray harder.
So you're going to go to Adelaide this weekend
Easy.
against the Crows.
Easy.
Then you got
Open up the churches.
us for Spuds match.
Respectfully, we're going to beat the shit out of you.
Then you've got the Swans in Sydney.
Oh my God.
Then the Giants.
Okay. Yep. Keep going.
You want me to keep going?
Who else we have? Yeah, Giants.
So Giants. Then I believe you got a bye, and then by round 13, then you've got Essendon.
Okay. So I feel like we're very much back. Like
So you don't reckon you'll lose now until at least round 15?
I don't think we'll lose again all year. We might lose a prelim, but that's all right. I'll take it. We're going on this field. We're going to get a run here. We're going to get really hot. Like we've this game for us. We figured it all out. Everything just aligned. Like if you can't sit there as a neutral fan and say, "Oh, you got lucky." We beat the shit out of Geelong.
I don't think you did.
We beat them. They beat Hawthorn a week ago on the same deck, and we said, "Oh my God, Geelong are amazing. They could definitely win the flag." Actually, get out the way, or we sweep you off the fucking MCG. Thank you. You want how deep do you want your grave?
We'll keep digging.
Like we're so back.
Okay.
And I said this last week. Everyone laughed at me. You won't win. Oh, Blues by 35. Should have been 35.
Mm-hmm.
So back. I feel really good about this team. I feel positive. Harry's back. Charlie's back. Small forwards are getting to work. Everything's clicking. The back line now, we got some help for Wiedering. Our midfield is just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like George Hewitt.
Yeah,
Where did you come from? Cripper.
Yeah.
Like we are so back, and I could not be more excited and happy to be a Carlton supporter. Like I love him.
Well done, mate.
I love him. One thing that did concern me after the game was TDK's brother wearing a Saints scarf. Now, that was a little bit anxiety-inducing for me. I've got a photo that I'll show you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's never a good sign when the family's wearing St Kilda merchandise but still holding like his head above their head. That's also like it feels like he's maybe told them something that we don't know yet.
So it wasn't Sam that was wearing it.
No, Sam was playing. No, his other brother. I think he's got like 7 siblings. His other brother had like their family had his head, and then the brother had a Saints scarf on. So I feel like maybe he's told the brother, "Hey, I'm going here," and the brother's just jumped on board.
Just getting in early.
So that's a little bit nervous, but that's okay. It is what it is. I think also for Geelong, look, maybe they were tired. I don't know. Are you tired of a 6-day turnaround? They're not using that excuse. Probably, but they're not using the excuse. I think we just beat them. It was a real, like, our best players are better than your best players game. The Cats are just, with the Cats, they will slice you up. They're so efficient. So they only need, like, 20 shots on goal, 15 shots on goal for them to still beat you. So that's when I was still a bit worried about Cameron getting the ball in his hands at forward 50. But other than that, we looked great from start to finish. All the way back. Cats, don't be too harsh on yourself. You're still a good team. Did you lose to a team that lost to Richmond? You did. But that's okay. It won't be the first. Not the last. So hold your heads up. Catman's losing the plot a little bit. Don't know if you saw what he put up.
Yeah.
He's blaming. Who do you think that he'd be blaming right now? Just have a guess.
Okay.
Who would he be? Who would Catman be blaming?
Immediately, I don't know. You'd go the coaches.
Yeah.
Maybe you'd go selection.
Yeah.
I think everyone played reasonably well, but maybe he couldn't blame like Jeremy Cameron. I wouldn't have thought he was good. Probably, Chris Scott, maybe even us.
Yeah, let's see if we got it right.
Just bullshit. Give or take a goal or two, we would have won that match because, and I blame, hear me out, Jane Bunn, because that weather woman, which she predicted all week, and I've been watching this all week, she's been predicting 5 to 10 mil, 5 to 8 mil, rain today, and then suddenly there's no rain. So the boys, Geelong boys, have been prepping for a wet weather game. So they got taken by surprise because they listened to that stupid weather bill, Jane Bunn. And anyone who gets it wrong so many times loses their job. So say you go to a shop and you serve
Oh my God, he's crashing
underage
out.
kids cigarettes 5 times in a row. You lose your job. You go to a coffee shop and you give a vegan a latte, dairy milk latte, 5 times, you get the sack. But Jane Bunn gets it 90% of the time, gets the weather wrong, and she holds her job. She holds a bloody job still. She's standing up there with that stupid look on her face, and she's just... She made us lose tonight, and I know you say I'm pulling your leg, but I'm not, because it's all about the weather. And they get into your heads, these weather girls. They get into your heads because you think you're going to...
Oh, no.
I had all my weather gear. My bag was stuck.
Catman's lost the plot. Catman's blaming Jane Bunn for them losing.
I tell you what doesn't help his case.
He's dressed like a fucking cat.
And then when he's got little teeth coming out, right?
He's got genuine teeth.
So he's doing this.
Yeah.
And he goes, Jane Bunn.
Yeah.
It's the weather report.
Yeah.
If you feed a vegan
Yeah.
I can't take that seriously. Dan.
I've always lived by this motto that I just refuse to listen to anyone who eats cat food.
Yeah.
And I've always lived by that.
I think that's a pretty
Ever since I was young. My dad, is the first life lesson he taught me.
Yep.
So like if anyone eats cat food, don't believe what they're saying. So we had a battle like last night. So it just went crazy. We had a battle of like personalities going head to head. So we had Catman on the cat side going crazy.
Yep.
And then we had this guy. I don't know who he is, but he's like a strong. Is this guy going off?
Bang! Bang! The Blues are back, boys! How good are the fucking Blues? What did I tell you all? That when the Blues turn it on, they turn it on. The Carlton best is the very best. Sorry about this late TikTok today, because as I was walking out of the stadium, I got mobbed. I had all the fans coming up saying, Mother, are we back? And I told them, what? Are we back? We were never fucking gone.
Things that didn't happen.
The Blues are here. The Blues are here to stay. The flag tilt is on. Go the fucking Blues.
What passion. So that's just me in 30 years. I feel like that's me in 30 years. Wow. And you didn't see this, but he had a coffee in his hand and then threw it like a grenade. As a day Sally. Wild. So that's where we're at. So everyone's losing their minds. We're on the Blues. Cats, hang in there. Honestly, I'll be going to Jane Bunn's,
I'll be going
office and just saying, hey, have you cursed us maybe with the weather here? You're talking to the weather gods. We know you're close to the weather. Do you have some kind of spiritual being with them? Because if you do, figure it out.
Also, can't help but feel that Jane Bunn isn't necessarily predicting the weather. I think she's
just reporting.
You're very much told
Yeah.
what the weather's going to be from,
Yeah.
meteorologists, and then she will then relay that.
I think Catman must think that she's speaking to the weather gods. Like
Yeah.
she's not a servant of the weather. She just reports on the weather.
Or when she's not presenting, she's got a white cloak on.
Yeah.
And testing the soil and the atmosphere.
Yeah,
and the
no,
moist
she's
light.
not.
She doesn't know.
She's not doing that. Not doing that at all. And then the last game to recap, thank God it was in the graveyard. Hawks beat the Eagles by 50 points. Tom Barras wins his revenge game. I mean, this felt like the Hawks lost, really.
Yeah.
I know it's 50 points, but the feeling, the vibes out of this was, it was a loss for them. I very much feel like we should all get the Men in Black neuralizer thing.
Oh, yeah.
Zzz, and you forget about it.
Yep.
That felt like a neuralizer game. And we didn't get the bloodbath. I kind of thought it was going to be a bloodbath. I was excited to get in the bloodbath with the rubber ducky.
Yeah.
And just bathe in some blood, but we didn't get that.
It was bloody-ish.
Yeah, it was. There's some spots of blood. There was some cuts, but it wasn't any pouring out of blood. We thought it was a full gutting experience.
Yeah, it was more you've tripped over and you've
Grazing,
taken a bath and you're just cleaning yourself up.
Yeah,
So
true.
there's a bit there, but
yeah, it was. So no bloodbath. I mean, by the end of it, they were absolutely toying the Hawks with the Eagles.
Yeah.
Putting Barras at full forward is a massive fuck you move by Sam Mitchell. He's never played full forward. To be like, you know what? I think now would be a good time to just put two fingers up at the Eagles, your former players and the coaching staff.
Yeah.
That would be great. They asked McCulture about it at the end of the game, and he was like, he refused to comment. I think we got it here, actually. He refused to comment. He was just like, I have never seen him play forward, so to do it against us, then when they're up, his old team, he pretty much said it was super disrespectful and fuck you, Sam Mitchell, without saying that kind of thing.
Yeah, sure.
So here's what he said. I'm thinking, doesn't want to get fined. Doesn't want to get fined. Tapping his lip. Oh no.
I probably shouldn't say it because I don't know
Say
what's
it.
going on in their team, to be honest. But that's their prerogative, I suppose.
Why the long balls?
No, I just
Scratching.
don't know. I haven't seen Tom Barras play forward too often in his career.
There's a lot of balls around for Ras going forward. Is that because you found it a little disrespectful?
I'm not going to speak to what the Hawks do in their
Oh,
decision-making.
found it so disrespectful. Like I said, massive fuck you move to do it. He did it anyway. So the Hawks keep on rolling. Look, I'm not sure if are we still big on the Hawks? I guess so. They did what they had to do.
Yeah.
They've been wobbly, but a win kind of gets them back on track. Sam Mitchell's probably flat as with a 50-point win. They just missed so many easy skills and goals. So I'm still vibing that they're going to be okay.
Yeah. Of course
Still
they
be
will.
dangerous. For the Eagles, they stink.
Yeah.
They are really stinky. Oscar Allen in Richmond game did not go to plan at all. Had 10 touches, and I have no idea why he's even playing fullback. That makes no sense to me. So I think for the Eagles now, they're staring down the barrel of potentially not winning a game all year.
Mm-hmm.
So is it time to start asking the question, could the Eagles beat the best VFL Sanford Waffle team? Because I'm not sure that they could. Could the best VFL Waffle Sanford, whoever it is, play the Eagles tomorrow and beat them?
So top of the table in the waffle, I believe, is South Fremantle.
Yep.
They haven't lost a game.
Okay.
I think in the VFL Southport are right up there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think.
I mean, I'm probably taking, with all due respect, I'd probably take Southport over the Eagles. I'd probably take, who was it in the waffle?
South Fremantle.
South Fremantle. I'd probably take Sturt in the Sandful over the Eagles. Like, they're just, I don't know. I feel like I just get vibes at them at the moment from the Eagles that they probably lose an eternal game against themselves.
Yes.
Somehow.
So in the VFL, the Giants side, top of the ladder, equal with Southport and the Box Hill Hawks.
Yeah.
So actually, Box Hill Hawks, so they've not lost a game.
Mm. They should play each other.
If they played instead of Hawthorn, there's a chance they
could have.
I reckon they could.
They could have. That's where they're at. They've won 2 quarters from their 28 quarters this year. That's a slot. I feel like we're big on. We want them to win a game. We said it last week, but I just feel for the players, because like it's very much in our mindset of we're going to go out every game and just the shit's going to get beat out of us. But also the fans, rocking up, like the positivity that we all rock up with, and we do it. We know this, that whoever you go for, you rock up every week. Regardless if you're naive to how it's going to go, you rock up with the same energy and same hope. But for them, that hope gets taken away in the first quarter of football.
Mm-hmm.
So to do the whole lead up in the week, to build up energy, things are going to turn around. Maybe this week's our week. Maybe you can turn things around, like I said. And then for the first 15 minutes for that to go down a drain.
Yeah.
That's tough going.
That is tough.
Tough going. Not when bad vibes down there. So they got to figure it out. I don't know if they win a game all year. The vibes and the signs point to no. And if they do, it'd be unbelievable.
Worst team ever?
Is he the guy kind of vibe? McWalter, if they don't win a game all year, is he the guy vibe?
I suppose it's pretty difficult to not, like, that doesn't happen very often.
You have to beat someone. Have they played? They played Richmond?
Nah.
Have they played North?
Nah.
Nah. So that's the only 2 opportunities. They have 2 chances to win a game this year. It's going to be North or Richmond.
So in the next couple of weeks, they do have Richmond. So they've got Richmond in round 9. So they've got Melbourne this weekend. Then they've got Richmond.
Mm-hmm.
Then they've got the Saints. Then they've got Crows in Adelaide. That'll be a slaughter. I mean, I could go through, like they're not winning any. It is. It's those 2 teams.
Okay.
There might be half a sniff if Melbourne don't show up. But doubtful.
Yeah. Okay, well, watch this space on them. I feel really bad for them. I feel bad for the Hawks who had to play in that game as well, even though they won as well. So I think they were better at the start. They were definitely better at the start, and they get some morale points and some respect. They get a clap. But other than that...
Just on that, actually, this Saturday night, 7:30, West Coast versus Melbourne.
You reckon they're a chance?
No, Saturday night game. West Coast versus Melbourne.
In Perth?
Yeah, 7:35.
I think someone said to us that this slate of games this round is really bad. Can you read the round out to us?
Yep. Okay. So, already.
Someone said it's a really bad round.
Thursday night, Essendon versus North Melbourne.
Oh, my God.
Friday night, St Kilda versus Fremantle. And don't do that to me yet, Dan. I think that they've got it in them to make it good, but I totally see what you're saying.
Stab myself in the eyes.
Saturday, 1:20, Western Bulldogs taking on Port Adelaide. Means just kind of nothing to me.
It's in Ballarat too, though.
Yep. Yeah, it's at Mars. Then we've got a 4:15 Adelaide Crows versus Carlton.
Great game.
Then we've got 2 Saturday night games. We've got the West Coast Eagles and Melbourne on at the same time. We do have Collingwood versus Geelong.
That's big.
So that's...
I'll be watching that game for sure. Sorry, to life.
Then we've got Sunday... Oh, no, then it improves. So then we've got Sydney versus Giants.
Yep.
Hawks versus Richmond, and then the Q Clash.
That's big. Big way to finish.
It's a mixed bag.
Mixed bag. Some absolute thumpings and then some competitive games.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's have a recap of the round. I know I'm not good off the sign-off, so I've actually asked ChatGPT to do one for me.
Oh, nice. Have they got the audio or just the script?
Just the script. It said, got it. Here's a funny and more playful sign-off for DDF.
Oh, perfect.
All right, folks. That's all for today on DDF, where we pretend to know what we're talking about, and somehow you still listen. Laugh. Ha, 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 ha. I'm Dan, signing off before my mic catches on fire. Stay weird, stay wonderful, and don't do anything I wouldn't Google first. Peace.
I think we're in no concern territory for AI taking over the world.
That might be the worst one ever.
Peace.
I don't know, man.
My mic's going to catch on fire.
I don't know.
How's that hat feeling, by the way?
Great. Does it look weird?
No, the one you ate.
Oh, not great.
Yeah.
Not great.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.